Today, let's explore together how to understand and work with feelings of chronic boredom. If you've been feeling stuck in a cycle of endless scrolling, restless searching for something meaningful, or that persistent sense that life has lost its color, you're not alone. Many people are experiencing what researchers call chronic boredom at unprecedented levels, and understanding this feeling might be the first step toward finding your spark again. Chronic boredom is far more complex than we once understood. Current research suggests that what we experience as boredom involves sophisticated brain activity patterns that can actually guide us toward positive change. A groundbreaking 2024 study published in Communications Psychology found that reports of boredom are higher now than in the past, which researchers believe is concerning because chronic boredom can undermine well-being, learning, and behavior. The neuroscience behind boredom reveals fascinating insights. Research using EEG technology shows that when we're bored, two important brain regions activate simultaneously. The amygdala, which governs our emotional responses, works together with the prefrontal cortex, which controls decision-making and planning. This research found that people who react negatively to boredom don't show different brainwaves at baseline, but differences only emerge when they're actually in a state of boredom. This suggests that our responses to boredom are learned patterns rather than fixed traits, which means they can be changed. Studies examining digital media use have revealed that our modern environment might actually be contributing to increased boredom through four key mechanisms. First, digital media divides our attention, making it harder to focus deeply on any single activity. Second, it elevates our desired level of engagement, raising the bar for what feels stimulating. Third, it can reduce our sense of meaning in everyday activities. Finally, it often serves as an ineffective coping strategy that temporarily masks boredom without addressing its underlying causes. Large-scale clinical research has shown that chronic boredom significantly affects mental health outcomes. A study involving psychiatric inpatients found that the degree of state boredom that persists during treatment can be interpreted as an indicator of overall psychological burden. State boredom was found to be strongly associated with therapy outcomes and identified as an important determinant of both mild and severe mental health conditions. However, this same research points toward hope. Studies with over 300 participants show that how we cope with boredom can be significantly influenced by environmental factors and learned strategies rather than genetics alone. This means that developing healthier relationships with boredom is absolutely possible. Let's explore some scientifically backed methods that research suggests might help. The first approach involves what psychologists call metacognitive awareness. When you notice boredom arising, try pausing for a moment and asking yourself, what is my brain trying to tell me right now? This simple question activates the prefrontal cortex, shifting you from passive suffering to active problem solving. Research shows this kind of mindful awareness can help break automatic patterns of seeking quick digital fixes. The second method comes from flow state research. Flow occurs when our skills and challenges are balanced at an optimal level. If you're feeling bored because current activities feel too easy, this might signal that your brain is ready for slightly more challenging tasks. Conversely, if you're feeling overwhelmed and then bored, reducing complexity while maintaining engagement might help. Research suggests reassessing this balance every 15 minutes during activities can help maintain optimal engagement. A third approach involves what researchers call meaning-making practices. Even simple activities can feel more engaging when connected to larger purposes. Try the 3 levels deep method. When you notice boredom, ask yourself, why does this matter? 3 times consecutively. For example, if you're doing household chores, you might start with, this keeps my space clean, then, a clean space helps me feel calm, then, feeling calm helps me be more present for the people I care about. Neuroscience research shows this creates stronger neural pathways associated with intrinsic motivation. Digital detox intervals represent another evidence-based approach. Research shows that planned device-free periods can help rebuild your brain's tolerance for understimulation. Starting with 30-minute intervals and gradually increasing to 2 hours allows your nervous system to recalibrate its expectations for stimulation. Studies suggest this enhances appreciation for simpler pleasures and activities that might previously have felt boring. The concept of productive boredom has gained attention in recent research. Rather than immediately trying to escape boredom, allowing your mind to wander during activities like walking can spark creativity and self-discovery. Brain imaging studies show that during these seemingly boring moments, our default mode network becomes active, which is associated with creative insights and self-reflection. This network includes brain regions like the medial prefrontal cortex and posterior cingulate cortex, which are crucial for self-referential thinking and generating new ideas. Acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, offers another evidence-based approach to chronic boredom. Research shows that ACT helps people develop psychological flexibility by accepting their feelings of boredom rather than fighting them, while committing to actions that align with their deeper values. Studies indicate this approach can be particularly effective because it addresses the underlying lack of meaning that often drives chronic boredom. When we can identify what truly matters to us, even routine activities can become infused with purpose. Behavioral activation techniques have also shown promise in research settings. This approach focuses on helping people engage in activities that are naturally reinforcing and enjoyable, thereby reducing feelings of boredom while increasing positive experiences. Large-scale clinical trials suggest that gradually building a repertoire of meaningful activities can create sustainable improvements in both mood and engagement levels. For sustainable change, researchers recommend building what some call a spark menu, a collection of meaningful activities across different energy levels that you can turn to when boredom strikes. This might include creative projects, physical activities, learning opportunities, or social connections. Having options prepared prevents the automatic reach for digital distractions that research shows often amplifies long-term boredom. It's important to understand what doesn't help. Research consistently shows that using social media as a quick fix for boredom often amplifies the problem over time. Similarly, overscheduling your life as compensation for boredom can prevent the natural development of curiosity and intrinsic motivation. The goal isn't to eliminate all quiet moments, but to develop a healthier relationship with them. To summarize what we discussed today, first, boredom might signal readiness for growth rather than personal failure. Your brain may be telling you it's ready for something more meaningful. Second, digital detox periods can help rebuild your brain's natural capacity for engagement and satisfaction with simpler activities. Third, flow states that balance challenge and skill level provide optimal experiences that naturally prevent chronic boredom. Fourth, meaning-making practices can transform even mundane activities into purposeful experiences. Fifth, what researchers call productive boredom can actually spark creativity and self-discovery when we resist immediately escaping it. Sixth, small shifts in how we engage with our environment can create lasting changes in our neural patterns over time. Remember that developing a healthier relationship with boredom is a gradual process. Research shows that neuroplastic changes take time, and being patient with yourself is part of the journey. Your brain is literally designed to seek meaning and engagement, and chronic boredom is not a permanent condition but something that can be addressed with understanding and appropriate tools. If today's discussion provided any support, please hit the like button. If you'd like to continue learning about mental health together, please subscribe to join our community. May your hearts feel a little lighter, and thank you for listening until the end today.